you knew them, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
of
like, you're a
course.
fan yourself.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. Well, soccer-wise, you guys had it seemed like you guys had a good opportunity to kind of get some points and crawl up the table. It seems like that's important to y'all this season. How do you kind of look back on that game, and do you feel like there was a missed opportunity there?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, just given the fact that, we were on the roll, and we were going to Kansas, and it's not a secret they're struggling right now. So we definitely, wanted to take all 3 points. Got one on the road, which is not the worst case scenario, but I think if you look at how the game went and sort of, the momentum going into that game, yeah, we feel like we definitely dropped 2 points instead of gaining one.
Do you feel just the way that the table is working out right now, and kind of getting to the rhythm of the middle of the kind of the season? I know you're going to have a break, but does that supporters shield still kind of feel possible right now, or like more so than you start the season, we want to win and we want to this?
No,
Like
I
an
think, yeah, I
attack.
think the supporter shield is very on for us. We know that we have 2 games less than most of the teams in the West, so we're in fifth. But I believe if we win the 2 games in hand, we're in second, couple points behind San Jose, and we do play them. We play against them in a week time. So, yeah, I think this stretch of these next 3 home games, and then to end LAFC away, we're playing most of the opponents in and around us. So those will be huge games, and it could decide whether the supporter shield will be still on after the break, and we have a great chance, to put ourselves in a good position, I think, before the break.
Albert, how are you feeling right now, health wise, coming back from injury?
Yeah, I feel good. I had a little, hamstring strain from the St. Louis game, but yeah, I took a week off and getting back to it. So yeah, it was good to get the 30 minutes last game.
Do you feel like you're getting closer to 90 minutes fit at this point through trainings?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I missed one week. It's not
Yeah.
the worst case scenario, I would say, with injuries. So yeah, it's just getting back on the ball more than anything, and the touches with the ball in training more than the actual fitness.
That 10 spot with you and Jesus right now, do you see that as a competition in your eyes? Do you kind of see you two kind of being able to play together? How do you characterize your guy?
No, I mean, I feel like we played the biggest and the most important games even last year, and yeah, the Tigres games and so on. The big games will always end up both on the field. So I do not think it's directly one place or the other. Although you could argue that we probably both feel the most comfortable in the same position, but yeah, like myself and Jesus, I think we can play multiple positions. Yeah, so we can definitely be both on the field at the same time.
San Diego's in a kind of similar spot that Sporting Kansas City was, in that I think they have a 6-game winless run that they're coming in on. Does that change your approach at all for this game, knowing that they're sort of in a desperate place as well?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened last game because when we were taking off from, I feel like Kansas City, they were up 2-0, and then I saw the game ended 2-2. No, but they're a really good team. I don't think it changes anything that they're winless in a few games. It's the same personnel as they had success last year's with. They play the same way. Just the results are not going for them. So I don't think we can take this game lightly or kind of look at it the Northern Four because, as I said, it's still the same players.
Albert, as a player, there has been a lot of competition in that final third. There's been a lot of rotation. Do you feel like that rotation is something that can be sustainable, or do you feel like maybe having a starting 11 and a more set 4 in that attacking end of the field is important to get continuity and chemistry?
Yeah, it's a bit of both because given how many games we started the year with, the injuries we had, a lot of guys already had some minor issues. It's impossible to play the same 11. On the other side, I do agree with you. If you don't get a run at 3-4 games with the same guys, I would say, and kind of build on that chemistry, then it can take a while. But I still feel like we're at the start of the season, although we're approaching that mid area right now, midsection of the season. I still feel like it's early, and we're gonna play Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday now. So yeah, more likely than not, we'll see multiple different lineups. But yeah, that's all for coaches. I'm sure there's a lot more going into picking a lineup than just who's training well, and there's the physical aspect and all that. So yeah, it's not easy.
Do you feel like your guys are improving at all as far as being able to score in tight spaces? I know that you guys work on that in training a lot, and it just seemed like that was a struggle there too against San Jose. Is that improving at all to you through the years as far as getting in that final third and getting goals in that, like when teams sit back a lot?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we scored. Yeah, I mean, 3 against Tigres, then St. Louis, Dallas. I mean, this game we should have had more than one. I don't think that's a secret. Yeah, we had the chances. It just, on that day it didn't work. But I think as far as the play and creating the chances and defending and limiting them from creating anything, I think all of that was a success. But the most important thing is the scoreline. So that's why it's kind of a mixed feelings from the last game. But yeah, I think we're definitely improving. Yeah, I mean, we still want to defend well and not give up goals. And maybe we don't have the score lines as some other teams where I see 7-1 and 6-1 and all this. So yeah, it's one of those that we try and kind of balance it out on both ends.
It's kind of as you hit this frenetic pace before we get to this break, what is sort of the mindset trying to stack points, get momentum before that long layup there?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's wins. I think if once we get it, one at home, and it's all 3 home games as well next week, so we're aware of that. And I mean, you definitely can drop a lot of points at home if you want to win Supporter Shield. So yeah, it's one game at a time. Right now with San Diego, we'll focus, and then we'll get a couple days break, and we'll go again. But yeah, the San Diego game is the most important right now.
Thanks.
Good.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.